Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Blue Smoke Cigar. For those of you out there who enjoy a fine cigar, Blue Smoke Cigar off South Peters Road in West Knoxville is the club to join. Leather seating, HD TVs all over the place, card tables, golf simulators, your own personal lockers, and members receive a 15% discount on their selection of great boutique cigars. Blue Smoke Cigar right off South Peters Road. You see the website right there. All right. Up next, one AD puts his coach on the hot seat. Another AD tries to take his coach off the hot seat. Should John Currie follow either path with Butch Jones? And I'll just do this for the rest of the segment. We got 4 quotes over at the big board. Let's take a look. Here's the group we got. You know these guys. Let's take a look over at the big board if we can. 4 quotes, and I'm going to ask Mike Strange about the first one, upper left there. Vanderbilt's Derek Mason this week said in Destin, quote, "Nobody is cheating in this conference. Everybody is doing the right thing." Do you agree or disagree with Vanderbilt's coach, Mike Strange?
2 words, Ole Miss.
I was about to say, Hugh Freeze loved hearing that.
Yeah, now maybe they're going to get off the hook, and Derek Mason knows what the Committee on Infractions is going to decide there, but and Ole Miss is Vandy's traditional rival that they play every year, so I'm surprised to see him giving Hugh Freeze a pass on that then.
Pretty interesting. All right, let's go back up here, back to the wall, and we are looking now at the bottom left quadrant of your screen. Bob, Will Muschamp and Nick Saban both pointed out how RPOs, run-pass options, are making it rough on defenses. O-linemen block it downfield like a run, then the quarterback pulls out and passes, and you have linemen downfield. And the safeties, well, they get caught out of position because they don't know what to key on. So Muschamp said, quote, "It would be a good replay topic. It's a hard, fast-moving game to officiate as fast as it is right now." Bob, are you for replaying RPO passes to see if linemen went too far downfield?
I am not in favor of adding a bunch of stuff to replay, but that would be one that I probably would. And you said it while you were reading through that. Defensive players key on what the linemen are doing. I'm going to a certain place based on what this guard does. And if the guard is allowed to go beyond the 1 yard, kind of fuzzy 1 yard limit that they have now, then you're right, he's going to be out of position. So I think in this case, that would be something that I think you should be able to replay, be able to challenge.
All right, next one, we got Chuck Cavaleris for the big board. We're going to look at the, let's see, we'll take you to the upper right quadrant, Mr. Cavaleris. The majority of coaches this week, at least from what I saw, the majority of coaches at the SEC meetings didn't seem to like a lot of the new recruiting rules. Several quotes about the signing period in December. Florida Athletic Director Scott Strickland is the one who made this comment. December is a pretty busy time from a hiring standpoint, and you're now going to introduce that in the middle of young people making decisions. Plus, you're pushing up the evaluation process, which I can't see how that's good for the young person or the team. Chuck, are these guys right that the early signing period is a bad thing?
You know, to me, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't really see that big of a problem with the way things are now. December does seem like a pretty busy time. I mean, are you talking like the first Wednesday of December?
It's right around Christmas.
Yeah.
No, it's December 2022.
Yeah, it's right around Christmas.
I don't like that. I mean, I might think about another time frame, but it just seems like, that just doesn't, especially if the coaches are against it.
We launched this show in 2003. The number of times we've talked about early signing period, because it comes up every spring, and every time I've always said, if you get it, they'll just start complaining about that.
Yes.
Here you go. Yeah. They could put this thing anywhere and you'd have people complaining about it. I don't think there's any way to make 125 football coaches, or even 14 of them happy.
They actually voted and implemented August 1st at an SEC spring meetings, but with the caveat that you couldn't make an official visit. And the presidents and chancellors got a hold to it and said, that's stupid. You're not going to make an official one, so they did away with it. Yeah. They've been all over the map on this.
And there's other parts to this, too. We just don't have time. I simplified it. And we focused on one part. There are other parts of the new rules that coaches like even less than the date in December. All right, last one. Jimmy, I'll give you the lower right quadrant. Butch Jones said this week, "Are we disappointed we didn't win a championship? Absolutely. But we've come far in 4 years, and I'm proud of those players who worked hard to get us where we're at." It's said that Butch Jones never admits the loss of a title. Will this count?
This isn't going to help him much, in my opinion. Here's why. It's the timing again. Say that when you didn't win the championship. Don't act like the East Division wasn't a goal of yours back in November when you didn't win the East and when, I guess it was Florida beating LSU clinched it. That's when you say it instead of saying, that wasn't a goal of ours. Media talked about it, we didn't. It gets back to timing. So the timing of saying that, the 1st of June, I don't think that's going to get him a lot of equity points with the fans. I just think that say it when it happens, and I think that would be the better approach.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of people won't hear this, see this. I mean, a lot of fans check out. They're not. If you're not emotionally invested in June like you are in November, and if you're not emotionally invested, it's not going to sink in like it would have if he'd come out and said it when he should have said it. That's a good point. All right. Up next, Sumlin, Bielema, Jones. One's on the hot seat. One's off the hot seat. One, do we know? We'll discuss. Coming back.